Okay. I suppose now we get to work. That's fine the way that is. Okay. Oh, are we already running into issues? No, we'll just keep it like this for now. Okay. Come on. You know what? Yeah. Oh. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so I need to change this. So I don't want slope velocity to directly influence the velocity. I want it to influence max speed and acceleration times. Hmm. Maybe I'll take this out here so I can use this as, instead of slope velocity, I'm gonna say slope, not intensity, but slope. You know what? No, intensity works. Intensity. Yeah, it looks right. Okay, so that's good. I'll need those. Those are good. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, see, never mind. That's just coming out normalized. So we have our velocity direction. But I think it'd also be handy to have a velocity magnitude, which will simply save as RB dot velocity magnitude. So that way we'll know how fast we're going in the direction we're going. But if that's what I want, why don't I just not bother normalizing this? And then where velocity direction comes in, I'll do dot. Well, actually, hold on. But before we go ahead and just make that the same across the board, let's see what this does. What should it be doing, actually, is a good question to ask. Because if it's not being normalized... Wait, so will this accelerate out of control if I'm not inputting a direction? But it's always going to get something out of look direction, isn't it? So this should never actually go off. If it does, isn't that bad? I'll in this case I'll do normalized. I think that will set it as an overflow better if it's just a normalized. And then the only other time I use it is in this function. And we're only using that to calculate angles, so its normalization doesn't matter in the first place. Calculating more angles. Calculating more angles. More angles. This needs cleaning, but it works. And that's all I needed to do for now, honestly. So yeah, that actually should be fine. And then I just have the magnitude. That's nice, actually. Okay. So this needs to change. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. I think that also needs to change. Because I don't want to add to the velocity. Don't want to add to velocity. I want to add to max speed and acceleration times. So if that's what I want, what do I need to change? So I think that means I can no longer... I can't use speed values anymore, because the max speed is going to be able to fluctuate. So saying I can move 15 velocity with the stick inputted doesn't help at all, because I'll still need to like add and subtract that with values. And like before, those speeds, they kind of are max speeds, because if you're going maximum speed, that's how fast you should be going. So I think I can still use the speed variables I've set, but I need to treat them exclusively as acceleration modifiers. I can't get it if it's up there. There we go. Okay, so I think the best way to just... then I'm going to have to do it in here too, don't I? Yeah, I should actually have this return a vector 3. Yeah, okay. So we're going to set this to be vector 3. And then instead of having RB velocity equal that, we're just going to return this. And then to keep it the same, we'll say RB.velocity equals that. And then I think we can even take this kind of structure and move it into the movement system as well. So we can treat these functions almost like action states, where we're just going to be setting our rigid body velocity to whatever it spits back as its movement calculation, which I can run through a physics system to get all these acceleration values I'm looking for. So yeah, looks like it's still working perfectly fine. I forget if did we? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we disabled it. You can tell because the controls get real bad when you try and do it on slopes, because the math real bad. So. So I think I can take... I think I can do that. We're gonna have to refactor a bunch of this shit. So we have our current velocity now. So can I do something like... current velocity equals math f dot... Come on, give me the API. Math f dot clamp. And I'll take this value that it spits back out. Not here, not yet. I'm just gonna just go back for a second. Okay, not on the dash. The dash is more complicated. I want to test on that. So that's when the dash button is down. Forget that. We need to change this. So let's get rid of this. RB dot velocity equals, instead of desired direction, we're gonna take math f dot clamp. Oh, but wait, it's a vector 3. So is there? Whoops. Is there such a thing as a vector 3 dot clamp? Clamp magnitude. Wait, isn't that what I want? No, because I'm trying to... So I need to get... a normal direction? Okay, no, I have a velocity direction. So I need to manipulate current velocity to be my acceleration amount towards desired direction. So current velocity is RB velocity is going to equal our current velocity subtracted by our current velocity subtracted by desired direction, I think. Dot normalized times our movement speed. I think that will work. Okay, that means I put one of these on the wrong side. Let's try desired direction minus current velocity. Let's try this. Whoops. Is it? I just got to get everything on the right side. so it stops accelerating towards its negative velocity. Whoop! That's wrong. Velocity. Plus? I should really get better at my vector math. Okay, let's try putting this back over here. Okay, let's think about this for a second. Let's try getting rid of that. And just... I just need something stable. Maybe also the movement speed is now far too high. Let's bring these down. And just see if that produces more stable results. That's a result. Let's try moving this up. Whoop! Okay, so large numbers are a problem. What if I take off slope acceleration? Is that what's causing my issue? Okay, it accelerates into itself, which is a problem. Because I don't want to use lerps. I don't like lerp functions. So what do I need to do to get around that? Let's just get rid of that for a second. So I don't want it to equal desired velocity. I don't desired direction. I don't want that. I want it to take its current velocity and move it toward desired direction. Because if I just do this, nothing would happen, correct? So nothing should happen, but if I... Why am I moving ever so slowly to one direction? Either way, if I push boost, interesting. I thought it would continue moving. Velocity direction. but isn't the dash? Yeah, it should be. Maybe it's just not getting enough speed to overcome its own resistance to the ground? Let's try adding a no friction physics material. Oh, okay, yeah. Now it's behaving a little bit more like what I thought it would be. Oh, I see. It hits the ground and falls over, and that makes it move a little bit. Okay. But yeah, it's now behaving as anticipated. So, all I need to do is get I think it's current velocity minus desired direction. Oh, but this has to be, that has to be normalized. Acceleration dot normalized. And then here's a redo times move speed. So I'm actually going to set this to 0.5 because I think it's going to have a pretty extreme effect. Okay, so whoops. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, and then gravity is also going to need to be way less. And jump power 2, maybe? Hold on, what does the jump look like right now? What? Right. That's why we just do velocity direction. I think that's what we want anyway. Because we were essentially just about to cut out altitude velocity times vector 3 dot up so that it would be 0, but then that would literally just be this. So we're just literally going to use that. Because that makes sense. We got some jittery acceleration. Okay, but if I say put this to 1, if I'm correct, we should currently have unlimited acceleration. Actually, I'm gonna cut the gravity just so I can see how fast this can get up to. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks like we're getting faster at an unlimited rate. I let go. Oh, something's weird when I let go. Look direction is normalized, and input direction is also normalized. Even desired direction itself is normalized. Okay, because, well, what about if it's like, not 11.1, Jesus fucking Christ, 1.1. What happens at move speed 1.1? I don't quite understand why it's so jittery. If acceleration is equal to 3, or if acceleration dot magnitude is, I don't know, less than 1? Acceleration equals velocity direction. No. Acceleration equals vector 3.0. A null acceleration. Doesn't that mean a null deceleration? Oh, wait. Well, fuck. Wait. Doesn't... Well, this makes no sense to do, because we're normalizing acceleration. So we're getting a direction. If desired direction dot magnitude is less than that, we kill our acceleration. I think. I mean, oh, we're going down. Okay. I mean, wait, this is actually keeping me on the slope. I'm actually a bit surprised that I have that. I'm wasting a lot of time, actually. Okay. I need a debug shower. So I'm going to serialize myself a float debug velocity magnitude. Not before this. Actually, let's just do debug velocity magnitude is going to be equal to velocity direction dot magnitude, because it should have a magnitude, and then I should be able to use this to figure out how fast I'm actually able to go, which is useful. Okay, now we're starting to accelerate. So you can actually, with this, you can keep a lot of speed as long as you're gradual enough on the stick. Okay, so if I set my move speed to 1, does that... do I have to set it to 0 to get no acceleration? I think I do. Okay. So if I set this to 0, then I should be able to boost, and then my speed will not be able to change once I let go. Which is exactly what we see. Perfect. So... how you guys doing? Having a good night? Having a roost? I think I need to get a little... I don't know if that... Is Twitch 420 friendly? I don't even know. I mean, I am, but I'm not going to do anything that gets me off the terms of service. So, okay, hold on. Let me think. So, I now have a number that represents how quickly I can get up to speed. And I think it might actually be nice to have... That's true. It would actually let you... I'm thinking about stuff. Also, can I dynamically change the angle I'm clamping by? Where's that? I have a variable for that, don't I? Yeah, angle clamp. So wherever I'm using angle clamp here, can I also if it's ever bigger than it, it gets clamped. So if I plus velocity direction dot magnitude divided by, let's see what 10 is like. And then we'll add that here and subtract that here. And let's just see what that does. Because that should make my dash accelerate. Or it's... oh, whoops, I'm going down. Actually, what it should do is make it so that my angle clamp is actually more dependent on my dash speed as well. So we have... why does this circle feel like oblong? Okay, let's actually boost dash speed to like 20 here. Fuck, I keep forgetting to set the gravity so that doesn't happen. You know what? We're going to change this. Okay, that looks like a bad idea. Along with angle clamp, we're gonna add angle speed influence. I hate that. I hate that variable name, but it'll work. It'll work. Divided by angle speed influence. I'm going to be renaming that later once I think of something better. Alright, it's like perfectly clamped in. But now if I say half that... damn it, I always forget the fucking gravity! Okay, so that's what it looks like with that. Speed influence of less, it should be a little tighter, yeah. What happens if I boost this up to like 30? Keeps it about as tight, actually. What about like 50? It's always like just enough to catch your tail. I think it's like a little bit too high. Oh, no. I gotta go to, yeah. It's inverse. Let's maybe go like 60. Bring it down to like something ridiculous now, like 15. Yeah. I actually like these values because they kind of set it so that you're always just like right on your tail, you know? So you can kind of like know what you're... I mean, it kind of falls apart at a... Actually, let's bring this up to like 75, I think, is actually good. So you're chasing your tail at 20. You're chasing your tail at 5. You still fucking catch your tail at 50. Okay. Put it back to 100. Here your tail is in front of you. Tail's in front of you. Pop it to 100. Boom! Tail's still in front of you, but I think it's at a because I don't think going 100 is going to be even feasible over regular gameplay. Yeah, okay, so it starts to fall apart like at the really higher speeds, and it just kind of works well here at the lower ones. So I think I'm actually going to keep that as what those are. And then I'll put gravity back just a little bit. Oh. Welcome to the roost. We are here for you. Let your demons out, let your demons out of you. What next do I need to do? Okay. Well. So if I set move speed to 5, what does that look like? Come on, jump out of the fucking hole. No, jump out of the hole. I don't even know if this is making it go up at all. Oh, it was. What do you know? Oh, but that's so clean, and then this is all jittery, and I don't really get why. No, there's something wrong with this. That's all fine. Wait, no, that's... Yeah, hey dude. Welcome to the stream. Currently trying to make the movement system a little bit smoother. I wanted to add some acceleration, but it's a little bit jittery at the moment, and the speed still isn't clamped, so you can kind of just go whatever. But I do have this kind of boost mechanic that clamps your turning angle, which I really want to make a primary focus of it. But I need the regular movement too, because I only want that smoother clamped movement to be kind of a movement option, like a dash. So we're trying to actually, maybe this is what's causing that issue. What happens if I, well, maybe not take it out, but just comment it out here in case that is actually something we need. If I can just get that movement smooth, it'll be, oh, smooth sailing from there. No, that's still really jittery. Oh, now it's doing that thing where it's flopping back and forth. So that was actually doing something. Is that number just too big? I really don't know how to make it smoother because I went over to the fixed updates so that my calculations would be happening at the same time, but it's just so jittery, and I need to figure out why. I think I might have to do with all these normalizations that I'm doing on the vectors, that's making the math a little bit weird. It might be this. Because I am... Well... Actually, that shouldn't have a lot to do with it, because it's only looking at where it's moving, and it's not moving to where it's looking. So that's actually fine. You know, at this point, I'm just going to put in a lerp. I don't want to use lerps because I find them kind of hard to get the exact accelerations that you're looking for, but I can, for instance, do rigid body.velocity, and we'll take this argument in as our second vector 3 that we want, and we'll give it a t, which is a percentage, so 0.9f. That might, because that'll basically just set it. It's going to go 90% to that value every fixed frame. Now that's still kind of not looking. Whoop. That wasn't happening before. Was that because I got... Is that because I started going up? Oh, yeah. So that makes it so every time I get vertical velocity, we go to oblivion. Why? Actually, maybe I need this to be velocity direction. Because we're only accelerating on the X and Z axis. That's why. Regular RB.velocity is getting our Y-axis too, because gravity's being factored into that. Why does that look... Okay, if I just turn it... If I turn it down, does it get better or worse, is the question. Because if it's just like making it set at 99%, which actually wouldn't make much sense, it's probably down. I think I went the right. This is, yeah, it's fixed update. This isn't interacting with anything, and do I have No, I don't have the movement controller on. That could have been messing with things because that has different physics attached to it, but it's not. So that's not it. Right, that's got nothing to do with it. Am I still doing anything with slope velocity? Nope, that's not used anywhere. Where was I? Oh, here it is. So this lerp isn't actually helping all that much. Actually, it could be this. Was the other movement working better? Because I can write something else to take care of its switching back and forth problem. No, that's still jittery. It. Oh, I'm falling. I keep forgetting to set gravity to 0 so I can test this correctly. Though it kind of looks like to me like it's... Okay, it definitely doesn't stabilize at any point. I feel like the answer is staring me right in the face. Something in here is the problem. But for the life of me, I cannot see exactly what that is. Let's put this back, because that looks like it's only fixing a problem. So these are two normalized vectors. Actually, wait a second. Velocity direction has a magnitude. I want to take off a certain amount. No, because this is a direction. So, no, that is right. That needs to be normalized. So this acceleration represents the direction between where we're going and where we want to be going. So hold on. I think my brain's... I think I might be on to something. So acceleration is a direction. So shouldn't I be able to, if acceleration is a direction, have our new velocity be equal to our current velocity plus our acceleration? It can't be that simple. I'm gonna hate myself if it's that simple. I almost don't want this to work because that would be so embarrassing for me. Here goes. Other than the controls being weirdly inverted, I think that just means I need to reverse these. Desired direction minus our that. I think I might also have to subtract the acceleration instead of adding it, but I think this is what I need to do. Yeah, I think that's working. I'm not actually accelerating at all, because you can see on my little debug switch there. So it's still being... This is normalized. It's normalized. So I need this plus... Okay, I think I have it. I think this will do it. I think this is exactly what I need. Not that on the autofill, but move speed. So it'll take the direction it needs to go. I don't know about that. Let's see what happens without it first. And then we'll put that back if it needs to be there. So that is simply just... Maybe it does need to be normalized? That doesn't look right, though. No. This needs to be velocity direction? I feel like I've tried basically everything at this point. Okay, so it does decelerate as we move, as we do this. And it doesn't ever go below 5, which I could actually be okay with, maybe? But that's, I don't know, that movement's just a bit too... It's too snappy. I want it to be a little bit less... so I need to stop that from happening. Why does that keep happening? It doesn't compound, though, is the problem. So, what if I actually just... Hold on. My brain is thinking something. I need to get it. I need to get the new acceleration in not world space, in local space on velocity. So to do that, because desired direction is normalized. But it's normalized from transform position, not velocity direction. It's a new way that I need to face. Man, I got nothing. You got anything? Wait, what issue am I even trying to solve right now? Because I fixed the jitteriness. It's no longer jittery, and it decelerates just fine. My issue is, well, that first of all, and input direction should not be normalized, I'm thinking. And I'm also kind of thinking neither should this. Oh, wait, no, that, what, 100%? Wait. No, because then there's no in-between values. So actually what I want to do is take this, but because we still want it to be normalized, but we don't want it to be... We want it to be normalized if the stick is in its maximum position and it's getting more than a magnitude of 1. So we're going to quickly check to see if input direction dot magnitude, which is basically just its length in its vector, is bigger than 1. If that's the case, then we can take input direction and normalize it for input direction equals itself normalized, and that way, when we push on the stick, it won't always have to take its maximum value. It'll get its min through its max, but if we're one vertical and one horizontal, then it'll give us that. So I can slow down? Question mark? Doesn't quite look like it. That's probably because of other issues. This will save me time later. It's still good to have. New question. Desired direction. Do I want a non-normalized version of that? Oh man, this is way more complicated than it should be. Hold on, I just need to look at what it's doing here for a second. What? I did some bad. I didn't know that non-normalizing this would cause it to go at warp speeds. Let's try that again. Okay. So... why aren't we accelerating? If I can figure that out, maybe the answer will reveal itself. So in order for it to accelerate, It needs to move based on how fast it's already going. Looks more like, to me, like we're getting it set to something. Magnitude bigger than 1? Yeah. But we're still getting this normalized, which doesn't help, I don't think. I don't think that's the answer. But I want to see what ripple effects that causes, because that might get me closer to the answer. Interesting. It did nothing? Oh, wait, no, that allows me to get smaller values. But that's doing some weird stuff when I only push on the stick just a little bit, because that's all I was doing when it was kind of like flicking left and right. Don't think this is ever getting called, but just in case it does, I don't think that's correct. Yeah, that shouldn't be able to happen because the dash button isn't down, so it should be doing this all of the time. Velocity, direction, but these are neither. This sent me into warp speed last time. But that's because of this. If this is no longer normalized, what happens if I just set it to acceleration? We get something that ain't right. I feel like what I basically have here is basically what I'm trying to do. It's just there's something wrong in the order that I'm doing things that's causing all of these ripple effect problems. Okay, so that is actually exactly the behavior I'm looking for. Only issue is my controls are reversed for some reason. Do I just say negative acceleration? Is that going to cause problems? That's probably going to cause problems, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought I was going to do, actually. Okay, so not negative that. I can't just add this. Can I just cheese it out like that? Just re-invert my controls? That could cause problems later, but we'll deal with those when they show up. Okay, yeah, that's more or less what I want. It's just I don't know, a bit too acceleraty. Well, it's not necessarily too acceleraty. It's just able to go too fast. So actually, want to get mathf dot clamp. Wait. No. Vector3 dot clamp magnitude. And we're going to take in our acceleration, and we're going to set max float length to Max speed, which is a variable we do not have yet, so we're gonna add it to our serialized fields. So I should rename move speed to move acceleration because that's now what it defines. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's actually kind of what I want. Oh, fuck, but now, okay, but now the dash is inverted, so it is actually causing problems. Hold on. Oh, hold on. So I can't do that. And I can't add it. Velocity direction. Because I can't. Wait, do I just do this? Am I just dumb again? I swear, I never remember which vector I have to subtract from which vector. My vector math is very bad, and I should... Oh my... This is my life. This is my life. I asked for this. I wanted this. Why did life give it to me? How do I... Can I... Okay, what if I make it negative again for the dash? God, this is getting so fucking complex. Okay, there we go. It works. Thank fuck. Holy shit. Okay. Why did I have this gravity down so low? Did I break gravity? Is that what's going on here? Actually, I think I did break gravity a while ago. A couple times, actually. Yeah, let's see what's... yeah, okay, jump feels good. Actually, that gravity needs to be a lot higher. Let's try like 35, near double. Yeah, those jumps feel nice and tight. Yeah, okay, I like the way that feels. The gravity might be a bit high, actually. Why am I getting slope acceleration on these? That shouldn't be a thing yet. And that's definitely not how I want that to work. Is it just doing that because... Fuck, it's because it's no friction and it's a sphere collider. So it's literally sliding back down the hill. How do I fix that? well, actually, wait. Does it slow down automatically? I don't think I tested that yet. No, it does not. Okay, that'll help with the slope acceleration stuff. So, let me think. So, if the input button dash is down, we want a deceleration. If our input direction is equal to vector 3.0 for not pushing. Whoops. For not pushing anything, then I want RB dot velocity to be equal to deceleration. That doesn't look like a word, but we're gonna use it anyway. Equals, or rather, or wait, no. But I don't want to use divide by. I want it to go closer to 0. We'll just make this easy on ourselves for now. RB.velocity equals divide by equals 1.05 is probably enough. Or we need actually 1 plus d acceleration. Because we never want to be dividing by a decimal number. Otherwise, we'll just accelerate infinitely and go off to warp speed in seconds. So that is not deaccelerating us because we have such a deacceleration value. I think that works. It's right, because shouldn't be that high. It should be like should be 0.05. Actually, probably a bit more than that. Actually, that's not so bad, actually. Let's try 0.15. That might feel a little bit crisper. How does that handle slopes? Not great. But I don't want to make it any more extreme than that. What can I do about that then? This is still nice to have, but oh, actually, you know what? We're actually gonna take this. We're gonna move it down here because this is nice to have, but. And do we have access to ray center? Dot. Oh, right. No. I'd have to do physics.raycast. And I'd have to use Ray Center for that. Let me just set this max distance to something like 0.6f. Just so it'll barely reach the ground below us. How does this fix my slope issue, though? This doesn't fix anything. Okay, hold on. So if that happens, we want to decelerate. But if we're this, then RB dot velocity equals vector 3, new vector 3. RB dot velocity dot x 0 RB dot velocity dot z. Let's actually do a mathf dot max so that it does vertical velocity or going up but not going down. And then we'll take in our RB dot velocity dot y and 0. So that should make it so that whenever we're not trying to move and standing on something, for now, even if it's a slope, it should stay still. But wait, doesn't that mean it's going to... Oh yeah, it'll decelerate, but it won't be getting vertical velocity, so it's not being dragged down the hill. But now you can actually see if we go down the hill, our velocity does not go up. Not like I thought it would. That's probably still just because of the clamp functions. We're still setting to something, but we're not taking outside physics interactions with things like slopes into account. So that actually makes perfect sense, actually. I'm good with that. That's great. Yeah, we're not getting dragged down the hill anymore. And the reason why we want to take the max is because right here is where we set our jump. So that's going to send our rigid body velocity on the y to be a positive value. So if we try to decelerate here and just set this to 0, then we run the risk of this raycast hitting the ground right as we leave. And then it would set our rigid body velocity y to 0, basically nullify the jump. Not good. So this max helps us make sure that as long as we're moving down or not at all on our velocity, then we don't want to slide down the hill. Cancel velocity. Works great. What the fuck was I doing again? So this is now actually really good. I would like... What? Whoa, hold on a second. That's... Oh, no, I just touched the, this death bounding box. I should fix that, shouldn't I? I'm gonna do something really lazy to fix it right now, though. I'm just gonna make a vector 3 spawn position, and at start I'm gonna set spawn position equal to transform position. And then when I move to spawn, instead of going to here? Yeah. Then we're gonna go spawn position. Spawn position. And this is just a really simple script that moves you toward a vector 3 point in world space over time. Not much to dissect there, but now if I touch this death lava, it should just put me back wherever I have the player spawn. So if I want to just drag it like really high up, it should work for that too. As soon as we hit the ground, that is, we're going down. We're going down. Well, I can probably just speed this up. Oh, interesting. It's still getting the ground. But not when we're moving. What is that about? Is Ray Center coming from transform position? Ray Center is from my transform position shooting down. So how come this works so high? Oh, it's because we're doing this first. Oh, because we're dividing the entire velocity, which includes the y. Simple fix, float y is going to be equal to RB velocity, whoops, velocity dot y. Then we can do that. And let's do this. Actually, I should be fixing this before. This is gonna be rather sloppy, but yeah, fuck it. I'll just do the sloppy but easy thing. New vector 3 RB dot velocity x y RB dot velocity dot z. I'm gonna have to clean this up later, but the goal right now is just to kind of get it working. Once it's working, it's really easy to write shit that you already have, just way more. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm dropping like a rock. Is that just because I'm going too fast? I mean, my platform is... Okay, yeah, I was just going too fast. This platform's just... yeah, it's not thick enough is the problem. Much like many things in this world. Like people, for instance. Usually not thick enough. Only got like 1 C when they need at least 2 or 3. Now that jump feels crisp enough, but I don't think it's big enough. Let's go from jump power 15 to 20. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. Wait, was I seeing something weird going on with that dash? No. Oh! Why? Exactly? What happened? Like, actually, what happens? Did I think it happened when I collided with this? Something... What was that? Okay, I was boosting. Ah, no, it's one of those bugs that I can't recreate. No, even if I boost like that. What happened? Oh. Wait a second. Okay, so if I push the dash button while I have vertical velocity, something happens. Which is strange, because I thought I set this up to only give XZ coordinates. So it happens in here, where I set this. Why? Because velocity direction does not have a Y property. Desired direction should not have a Y property. So how is it that there's no Y here, no Y here? I don't believe there's anything Y here, because I'm only lerping between those two things. So if both of those have Y0, this should too. That gets set. So my Y velocity at this point should be 0. So this is looking at a point where it's 0. If I push the jump button, okay, it's something about this. Plus equals. Why is this plus equals? Because it's a relative velocity, but then why does it need a reference? It should just be, okay, altitude velocity is how fast I'm going, but I shouldn't be setting it like this. No, I shouldn't be setting it like that. I should be... Do I even need this? Anywhere? I think this might be a redundant variable that I can get rid of. Because yeah, it's initialized here. I don't think I actually need that. I think I can just, why don't I just set rb.velocity to be plus equals vector 3 dot up times jump power. And then I want this to be, I want this to affect gravity, especially this one right here. So then we'll minus equals vector 3 dot up times gravity. Times fixed delta? Didn't I? Yeah, okay. I think that's more stable. We'll see if I can recreate the bug. What? What? Because of... Why is it hitting the ground, though? It shouldn't be making it to the ground. Let's fucking draw array. Hold on. From transform position, vector 3 dot down, color is going to be magenta with a duration. Oh, okay. So I just need to multiply this by 0.6f, and that should mimic this ray. And it should do it if it touches the ground. So if we see magenta and I'm not on the feckin' ground, why is the gravity so bad? It's because it's only going down by that many units. It's not accelerating by that many units. But why? Why? Because that's subtracting this amount. So why? I don't see it. Why don't I see it? Frick. Why the fuck did I move him up there? Right there. That's where he should be. Okay. Ding! Magenta, right there. So it's responding correctly. Is that the problem? That it's responding correctly? This shouldn't be. That's only if it's on the ground. I should be able to ignore that entirely. Actually, as long as I'm holding something down, I should be able to ignore this entirely. So the problem is somewhere else? Does it have to do with velocity, direction, and desired direction? Because it gets set. Oh, I see it. I see it. I fucking see it. We do actually need a float y velocity. Because we change the x and z so much, and we want to be able to normalize them without the y changing all that shit. So this is actually what we want. Right? Don't think that just does it, does it? Let's see what happens when I go off this. I don't think we fixed it. Wait, now I can do this more elegantly. We'll have y velocity minus equal all of this, so that we can just set our RB velocity Fuck. This will still look better. Why do you hate this? Oh, yeah, right. I believe that is correct. Whoop. Yeah, that looks... Was my dash making me fall faster? I kind of couldn't tell. Let's reduce gravity to something less extreme so I can see better. No, I think that's about the same. Oh, and then I need to change this to be under my Y velocity variable. Like so. Wait, plus equals jump power? No. Equals jump power. Plus equals. The fuck am I trying to do? Yeah, that feels really good. That feels real good. Nice. Okay, we almost have the building blocks of a game going here. There's a couple more changes that I need to do. First, I need to actually let's open up my do I have any? Oops, that's not my Milanote. Where's my Milanote? There it is. Let's set some tasks. These were all for. These were for a previous version. Let's reset my list. So what we need to do. Actually, I still need that. Still need that. Display controls. Don't even remember what that's about. Okay. So what we're going to need to be able to do is add slope calculations to acceleration. We also want the boost to I don't know how to word this, but like should grant. I'm gonna call this pseudo flight for now. Like when I push the button, I want you to kind of go off in the direction that you're currently heading. I want that to have something to do with the velocity as well. Like if you're, I haven't decided yet. I think if you're going up, I want the boost to send you a little up as well. But the problem is if you're going down, you shouldn't be like that. Maybe I should just I should have it boost out for okay. So we're gonna have if input dot get button down dash is I think the button we're using. Yeah. Dash, perfect. Then we're going to create a dash buffer. And this is just a little thing I do so that I can read input downs in update. That happens on every frame, so you'll always get it. And then we will set our buffer equal to true, so that when it's time to do the necessary action in fixed update, we've checked to see if the button is down, so that on the next available frame that gets pushed, RB.velocity equals dash. Fuck, what was I doing again? I was making it's the dash sends you forward, right? So if actually, even if that, when you push it down, if dash buffer is equal to true, then, oops, dash buffer is equal to false. So this is just an easy way to get check to see if your input button down has been true only on the first fixed update frame. And then from there, we will check to see if that's the case, then we want to set actually, I'm going to start coroutine. Dash float timer. And we're gonna give that might be a bit much. But now we're going to quickly create this function. This needs to be an enumerator. Float time. And we want to while true. I'll have to be careful about this. We don't go infinite, but I think we want to do while true. Time plus equals time dot wrong time dot not delta time, fixed delta time. We're going to yield return a new wait for fixed update, so that we can be sure this is always happening at the exact right time that we want it to. And when this goes off, we want to do two things. Our RB.velocity is equal to 0, first of all, or is equal to new vector 3 velocity x 0 velocity z. To stop our momentum, we want I don't just want to set gravity to 0. I'm going to say bool use gravity. We'll set that to true. So that down here, we can set it to false. And then if, or time minus equals, sorry. And then if time is less than or equal to 0, break. Use gravity equals true, and it cancels. Oh, we ran out of tunes. Which tab was that? There we go. So let's find something nice to listen to. Start with something that sounds like the PlayStation starting up sound. I'll take that. going to quickly change a setting here. Currently listening to... Perfect. Alright, back to work. So use gravity is true here. Now the only other thing that we need to do is over here where we're applying gravity, we just need to check to see if use gravity is true in the first place or not. And if this doesn't change, this doesn't need to change either. So that should be good. So what this should do, theoretically anyway, is we should be able to jump up in the air, press B, it'll launch us forward, canceling all of our vertical momentum for 0.5 seconds, and then gravity should kick back in. So we can jump, we can boost, and actually, yeah, that works rather perfectly. Only thing is you cannot jump. Why can you not? Because we're using that for jump power. Okay, so we do that. And if we do nothing to it, then it just sets rigid body to be itself. So that's perfectly fine. Absolutely fine. Though without gravity, yeah, that gives you a space jump. So I actually need to say, oh no, okay, I need, oh, this is getting so ugly. Cortine, not jump timer, dash timer, so that I can, where is it? We can set dash timer to be equal to that Cortine. I think it's a Cortine, yeah. And then where we have jump buffer will also stop Cortine, jump, nope, dash timer, and not that. Dash timer, and will also use gravity equals true. It's a bit sloppy, but it'll get the job done. Okay, so now we should be able to boost and then jump out of it, yeah. Hold on. Well, that ain't right either. What the fuck? Because it should be setting that to... Where is it setting it to that? Well, it starts it here. Maybe I should... Oh, right, yeah, it's being bridged over. Because we're declaring it to be the rigid body velocity here. Then we're changing the rigid velocity so it's 0. And then we're setting it back to whatever it used to be. So... we do that. We do this, and everything works. Theoretically, supposedly, hopefully. I don't know. Maybe, for sure. Nope, that fucked it. So where do we put this? That it works correctly. Actually, you know what? Where it works correctly is exactly where it is. And we don't actually set rigid body velocity. We can't set the other one. Shit. Because this is in a different function, and this is a local property. And I don't want to make it exposed. Shit. How do I work around that? Fuck, that's actually a bit of a problem. Because I'd want to set... Actually, we should... I think we can do it here, can't we? If we set that to 0 like that? That should work, actually, I think. Jump dash. Oh yeah, now we're talking. You know what? We've done some work. Now it's time to have just a little bit of fun. We're going to duplicate our trail. We're going to call this one our dash trail. We're going to extend the width twice. We're gonna... We're gonna do something like this. Oops. Something like this. And we're gonna brighten up that yellow. And we're gonna let its opacity linger. And actually, we're gonna start this white hot. See what that looks like. And then I'm just gonna let it play so I can see what it kind of becomes. That's not exactly what I was going for, actually. And yeah, that actually I want that to be moved in more. And then I actually think I want this to be kind of like forward and maybe up here. Yeah. It's just a temporary effect after all. Just something to let us kind of more actively visually see what's going on. And also I'm not quite digging that. I think I want it to be... Oh, what about just straight red? Let's just see what it looks like. Fuck it, why not, right? We're having fun. I set its emitting to false. Put it back on. No, you know, I don't like that as much. I don't like it as much. We'll make that yellow, and we'll actually use the deep shade of red out here. I think might look cool. Oh yeah, that actually looks kind of rad. Okay, that'll be good enough for now. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, like that. I'm actually gonna make... give that a little bit of an orange. And, you know, I think I actually want that to be visible longer. I'm gonna do something like that. What happens if I just make this like real big, so it kind of looks like a fireball that I'm turning myself into? Let's check out this new trail. Yeah, I can live with that as a trail. Then we'll start emitting the other one. Oh right, it's not three-dimensional, which is why it looks like that. So when it twists, it looks a little weird. So I'll actually move that back down to 2. I'll replace it with something that looks better later. I'll probably end up making it a particle system instead, but this will work for now. Let's see if I can make that a bit pointier, I think. Yeah, not quite that pointy though. Probably about that amount of pointy. Emitting. Yeah. Just so it can be something that shows you when you're dashing and when you're not. So now that we have that, I'm actually just going to serialize, not serializable, serialize field, this trail renderer, so that in wherever our dash is, not here, I think here. We're gonna set tr.emitting equal to true. Then we're gonna set it false here. And false there. So that should make it easier for people to see when you have your when you've dashed and when you're not. reference exception routine is null. Why can't I fucking jump now? Just because I added this? What do you mean routine is null? Wait a second. Where am I clearing that? Where am I setting stop coroutine? We first need to say if dash timer. Cannot dash timer isn't null. It's not null. Oh man, I've already been coding for over 2 hours. Okay, there we go. Got my jumps backs. Oh, yeah. I forgot to assign it. No wonder it was doing some weird things all of a sudden. Jump dash. Right. I'm actually thinking maybe not here. So if get button dash. I'm just gonna set TR to emitting. Equals true. And if it's not, set TR emitting equal to false. Should be easy as that. No trail, dash, we get a trail. Though it does briefly make a visual artifact. All right, I'll have to do some cleaning up on the visuals, but for now, it looks pretty okay. I want to get all the game stuff in too, though, because I don't think I've mentioned this yet, and I probably should have when you joined the stream. But the self-imposed game jam that I'm doing on myself is because Jonas, I want to say Kjellberg, but I know that's PewDiePie's last name. But the guy who's coding Will It Snail, he's doing another round of playing your game submissions, and so my self-imposed game jam is because deadline for submitting your project is May 7th? May 7th? June 7th. Whatever the next month is, 7th. And I'd like his feedback, honestly. This is an idea that I've been mulling over for a while, and this was kind of the motivation I needed to kick my ass into gear to get it done. So I'd like to get the mechanics in place, because at the very least, then he's able to play. He's able to play what I have, and my idea is more mechanical than it is visual. It's visually kind of, I don't know. It has visuals now because I needed to work on my knowledge of shaders, which is why there's that kind of glowy lava effect. And I wanted to try out some color gradients, lights, post-processing effects, that kind of shit. So that's why all that's in there. You know, while we're on visuals, maybe I'll see if I can hook up animations. Can I hook up animations? Is that something I'm smart enough to do yet? So I think this is all still good from last time, honestly. Fuck. I kind of don't want to do animations, but I've started it and I'm going to animate Tor, I believe. Do I want an animator, animation, or animation? Well, I mean, it's called an animator. So what I'm gonna just do first of all is, where do I check and see if I'm grounded? Actually, on jump. That's where I want to start. On jump. I should clean this up, but I'll probably do that off stream. Just because that's kind of boring and tedious. I don't think anyone really wants to watch me refactor this garbage heap that I've set for myself. So if I can get down jump, I think I can do anim.set trigger. Let's call it flap. I believe it was a trigger, not a bool. Yeah. So, how does that interact with a state machine? Not at all. What? Base layer. What is this base layer that I'm looking at? Wait. No, I think I need to animate this. Otherwise it doesn't work. Oh, yeah, because it has one right there. So, let's get rid of this. I don't need that there. And then instead of get component, which was only going to look at the object it's on, I'll say in children. So it'll search the hierarchy and find the one animator component that is on my character skeleton. Alright, how much does that do? That actually does quite a bit. I need to make that flap animation a little bit faster, actually, I think. Can I do that in the animator? Can I just directly increase its speed? It looks like I can. Let's try 3. I don't need that as big as it is. I'd rather have more visual on my... No. That actually looks too fast. Let's try 2. Yeah, that looks okay. It's messy, but it gets the job done. That's kind of becoming my my slogan. It's very quickly becoming my slogan. Ugh. Actually, you know, I've been doing this for 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think I deserve a break. I'm gonna take down the stream, but you've been watching for a while. I don't know if you'll still be on in, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours when I go back on. You'll see my channel go back up. But for now, I'm a little bit tired. I got a lot of work done. Kind of want to take a break and organize myself, so I'm gonna do that. Thanks for tuning in, those who did. This is gonna be a fun couple days. All right. Peace out, everyone.